Hey everyone. So I'm back with another tip for you, and today's tip is go for quality. So we've talked a little bit about how you're eating, how you're showing up for yourself as you're eating, and today I just want to talk a little bit about the quality of your food. It has such a big impact. Um, we hear all kinds of things, right? Eat organic, don't eat this, don't eat that. There's a lot of truth to a lot of it, actually. There are some ways around things. Let's just take organic, for instance. Sometimes it can be more expensive to eat organic. Not all the time, though. If you look in your local grocery stores, they have more and more of a variety of fresh organic foods that are sometimes even cheaper than the regular stuff that we buy. Um, but there is a list of the Dirty Dozen that I would suggest that you buy organic whenever you possibly can. And I'm going to send that to you in your email. Um, but also, when you're talking about going for quality, it has so much to do with your meal timing and the types of foods that you eat. So, I'm just going to go over a quick set of guidelines just to help you take a look and just sit back and analyze and see if you really are going for quality fuel, just like we talked about the other day. Are you filling your gas tank with any old gas any time of the day? Or are you really paying attention to those gauges and filling it with the right type of fuel at the right time? So let's dive in. Tip number one would be to eat whole foods, right? So there's a lot of processed stuff out there, a whole lot of it. You want to really stay away from that stuff. And I guess it's kind of common sense, right? But we all fall into the trap of picking up that frozen pie or the frozen pizza or those little quick meals. I'm guilty. I still do it from time to time, right? But the things that I pick up that are frozen are better quality now than what they used to be, right? I'm going to pick up frozen veggies and frozen fish before I'm going to pick up that frozen pizza sometimes. And honestly, those frozen veggies and frozen fish are going to take me just as much time to cook or just as little time to cook as a frozen pizza. So when you're talking about whole foods, it's anything that is unprocessed. So you want to really make a big focus in your meal planning on your meats and your veggies and your fruits and your grains, your things that are not processed a ton. Okay. So a little trick for that in terms of making sure that you have good quality food is always making sure that you have some frozen veggies, some frozen fruit on hand. Because when you're in a pickle and you're like, oh, okay, I have to put something quick together, but I don't really have much in the house, well, you're going to grab what's in the freezer. And if you have frozen veggies over frozen fries or pogos, then you're already a step ahead of the game, right? Keeping good whole foods on hand is the number one trick to making a change in your nutrition, right? It's not going to hurt you to have a frozen bag of veggies in your freezer. And I guarantee you, you're going to eat more veggies because that's what's going to be on hand on the days that you don't have very many groceries left over. That is how we made the shift in our house. We just made the choice instead of having that backup meal as the frozen pizza just in case. My backup meal was the fish and veggies, or it was a frozen portion of a pâté chinois that had some extra veggies in it, or it was a frozen thing of spaghetti sauce that I was able to put over spaghetti squash. So making sure that you have good quality foods in your pantry and in your freezer at all times is really going to make a difference. Um, the Dirty Dozen. So making sure that you are paying attention to what foods you are buying organic. There are certain things that even if you wash them, the pesticides and crap stay in them or they go into the skin. So there are certain things that you're going to see in the document that I'm going to email you that you really want to try to get the organic foods when it comes to that so that you're eliminating those extra toxins that are getting into your body. And they really can have a really big impact on your health as a whole. So making sure that you're getting good quality foods, especially for the things that you know you're at a higher risk of contamination with. So look out for that in your inbox. Reading labels. I mentioned this the other day, and this really goes hand in hand with picking high quality foods. There are so many misleading things out there. You have things that are written all natural. Um, what are other things that they use? 100% real this or 100% real that. And then you turn it around and you look and it's like 100% sugar or 100%, I don't even know what that says because I can't read the name. There are a lot of really big misleading facts and misleading labels out there, and legally they get away with it. So you really have to protect yourself and learn how to look for good quality foods. So, as I mentioned in one of the last videos, I'm going to be sending you a guide on how to read labels. It's going to teach you some words that you see on everyday packaging, but it's going to make you aware of what those words actually are. So you're going to learn different words for sugars and salts and preservatives that you want to just take a look at and make sure that you have as little as possible or none in the packages that you're picking up. So you definitely want to be aware of those things as you're putting them in your cart. When we talk about quality, I want to talk about the quality of the meals that you're having. All right, so like I mentioned the other day, you could be having fruits and veggies and really good stuff, but there is such thing as eating too much of those things, right? So I want you to start focusing on having good quality meals. And when I say meals, that includes snacks. So making sure that you are not eating too much, that you're not eating too little, that you're having really good balanced meals throughout the day, that you're focusing on energy, that you're fueling your body regularly throughout the day. You're having breakfast, you're having a snack, then you're having lunch, then you're having a snack, then you're having supper, and your day might also end with a snack. All right, so I'm going to be talking more about that very soon in terms of meal timing and what to eat different times of the day. But I want you to be paying attention, tune in to yourself and to your body, and just ask yourself, am I hungry? And really think about making sure that you have snacks and good quality snacks, because what happens is if you skip those snacks or you skip a meal, you're going to end up eating crap, right? And that plays into having good quality. If you're eating on a regular basis, you're going to be craving less. Therefore you're going to be picking up fewer junk items or snack items, and you're going to be filling yourself with good fuel on a regular basis. Um, just a little example, I used to, be so caught up on the fact that I wanted to eat good quality food that I would skip a meal and be like, oh, no, 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 like I'm starving, but I'm at the gas station waiting for my car to be fixed. I'm just not going to eat McDonald's. So I'm going to skip a meal and I'll just eat something later. And then what ended up happening is that I would end up making a poor choice. I would overeat. I would just grab something quick because by then I was absolutely starving. So then that diminished the quality of my overall eating habits, right? And you might not think anything of it because it's just here and there. It's when you have an appointment or when you're running late for work. But all those little things add up, right? So thinking about quality overall all the time is something that's really, really important. And for me, one of the things that has helped with that is Shakeology. I know that you've heard me mention it before, but when I started integrating that into my nutrition, it was a big time saver, money saver, just a lifesaver in general because I was not missing out on meals. I was getting a good quality supplement, so I made sure that the quality was already there. So instead of being at an appointment and resorting to McDonald's or resorting to not having a meal, I would have my shake. I had it in a packet that was in my purse, and I would bring it with me. So I was planning ahead and I was making sure that I was getting that nutrition when I needed it. I wasn't spending $12 on a meal at a fast food joint, and I was getting something that was good quality nutrition, right? So there's little tiny tricks like that to make sure that you're not skipping meals. There's great tools out there. Shakeology is one of them. We now have bars that I've been in love with. I just started eating them this month. But having those good quality meal replacements or good quality snacks in your purse at all times that you're able to just carry with you, um, and eat when you know that you're going to be late for a meal or you're going to skip out. Never, ever, ever skip a meal. Like I said, you're better to fuel your body and have the McDonald's, right? Don't maybe go all out and have the Big Mac with the super size me fries and the milkshake. Like, keep it downsized, but you're better off to have that McDonald's and fuel your body than to not have it at all. But if you're able to plan ahead, then you're going to be planning for better quality meals and you're going to have snacks on hand for when you know you're going to be out and about, right? So planning was the last thing on my list, was planning for success, because we have this habit of, we think we plan, or we sort of plan, or sometimes we don't plan, and we're doing really well, and then all of a sudden we slip up, and then we're just like, oh yeah, that was a horrible day, you know what, I'm going to start again on Monday, right? We get into that habit. So don't do that. First of all, don't throw your hands up and throw away your health and your progress that you've made over one silly day or over a couple of silly days, right? Life happens, and you have to just accept that no one's perfect ever, right? So don't throw your hands up, don't throw away all your hard work over a silly day or a silly week. Keep at it. Okay, you always have the choice to go for quality the next minute, the next hour, the next day. Okay, so even though you got stuck this morning and you had to have McDonald's for breakfast and then Subway for lunch, and you're thinking, like, whatever, who cares? I'm just going to go out for ice cream tonight. Well, that choice is still in your hands, right? Maybe this morning you didn't have as much of a choice because you didn't plan for it, but this afternoon or tonight, you still have that choice to make that better decision, right? So don't throw things away. Don't throw all your progress away. Keep quality whenever possible. If it happens that you don't have good quality from time to time, that's life. Don't beat yourself up about it, right? Or you're going to be constantly beating yourself up. That's just something that happens, okay? Life gets in the way, kids get in the way, work gets in the way, events get in the way, summer gets in the way. Like, there's always going to be something. So if you always throw up your hands at every little thing that derails you, you're not going to see the success. You're not going to see the positive mind shift. You're not going to see the overall results because you're constantly giving up and restarting. All right, so remember to go for quality every second of every day. It doesn't mean, it doesn't matter if you gave one poor choice this morning. Grasp the moment that you're in and make a better quality choice now. All right, and a way to ensure that you do that is to plan. And we're going to get into planning more into detail either tomorrow or the day after. But planning is huge, guys, because planning allows you to have quality. It allows you to have good quality meals, good quality snacks. It allows you to be aware of what you're eating and to stay on top of things. It doesn't mean that you're not going to fall off track. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have those crappy meals. Like, life is still going to happen even if you're planned, but it's going to happen a little bit less and you're going to be more in control and things are going to be, you know, better quality. Just overall, things are going to be really, really good. So we're going to look at planning, and I'm really going to encourage you. I'm actually going to give you a little assignment to plan out a week. I'm going to take it in if you're comfortable with that, and I'm going to analyze it for you, and I'm going to help you tweak things. All right, and I'm going to give you some specific suggestions in terms of how to plan for a super busy lifestyle, because guys, I live that lifestyle. All right, it's crazy, nonstop, working two jobs this year. Not healthy, not happening next year, I can tell you that. But right now, that's my reality, right? And I've had to plan and I've had to adjust and I've had to make my life around that this year, okay? And we're all going to have times that that happens. So I want to help you plan for those busy times. I want to help you get a grasp of your life, your nutrition, your fitness, your health, your mind frame. And I want you to go for quality when it comes to every single area of your life. All right. I'm not only a fitness and nutrition coach, I'm also a life coach. And I believe that every sphere of your life is interconnected. And you have to go for quality in every sphere of your life to improve the other ones. So, right now, you may be struggling with your nutrition. And the reason why you're struggling is because you're unhappy in your job. So, then you're making poorer choices because you're stressed, right? It's all interrelated, every single bit of it. So we're going to go for quality. If you are taking anything away from this call, it's those words, go for quality. And now we're going to work on applying that to every sphere of your life. We're going to dig deep, and you might not have expected this one, right? Coming into a nutrition workshop that I'm going to be talking about your job and your money and your relationships, but I'm going to get into that and I'm going to dig deep into that. Because just like I said in the first movie, that stress is a huge part of it. Well, every little sphere of your life, every part of it has to do with your nutrition and has to do with your overall health. So let's aim to go for quality. Um, the little hints for today, we're aiming for whole foods, aiming for organic for the dirty dozen, reading your labels, questioning yourself on if you're really hungry. Do you really need the snack? Sometimes the answer is going to be no. So away from the snacking, right? Because that's not going to be quality meals. You're going to end up snacking now and then having a poorer meal later. Question yourself to make sure that it's not thirst instead of hunger and that you're not just eating your emotions, all right? You're going to become self aware. You're going to question yourselves on this and making sure that you're fueling yourself, that you are eating when you need to eat, you're eating enough during the day, and that you're eating good quality foods. Don't throw your hands up and make sure to plan. All right. So, what is the biggest thing that you took away from this movie? Comment below. Let me know how things are going. Are you caught up with the videos? Um, what are some questions that are coming up so far with what we've talked about? It seems like we're just skimming the surface right now, guys, but these are all the stepping stones. All right, trust me that I'm working in stepping stones with you here. We're looking at the basics. I'm trying to get your head to wrap around all of these little minuscule things that seem so minuscule, but are huge in the scheme of things. All right, so I want you to wrap your head around these. I want you to comment below and just let me know where you're at. Are you still with me? Are you still interested? What are you getting from this? Make sure I sent you all a message via Messenger on Facebook with two links. One to sign up for the live event this weekend, and the other one is also to just confirm your email address because I can't send you emails unless I have your permission. There's been a lot of problems with that lately, with people getting sued and just some icky stuff. I don't want that to happen. I want you guys to get the good quality, the free resources, but I need your permission. So make sure that you send me those filled in things from the links that I sent you, and make sure to comment below. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night.